Brent Sala said that you're like a creative player, and that was his compliment to you. What was it like to see him back out there?
It's great to see him. He's trying to butter me up, make me feel good, so I go easier on him. But I'm happy for him, his opportunity, all the times that we've shared together. I'm indebted to Sala and everything that he's given me, so I'm excited for his opportunity with their team.
The way you guys came out, like 3 scuffles in the first 6 plays, was that a calculated thing to kind of let the Titans know that, they're on your turf?
No, I promise. Like, we're not trying to fight and do all this other stuff. Like, we're trying to play football, and that's what I had to try to tell the guys early on. I brought everybody together and told them, like, we're not going to get through today if we continue on this path. We got to play football, right? If you end up on the ground, then that means you didn't win your rep, right? And you got to run it back. So, I think we kind of found our groove a little bit after some of that fiery business going on in the beginning. But you got to watch the tape to really see how it was.
Your first sort of rough stuff since your injury. How did you feel today out there?
I felt great. I think it was good to just finally just be going against another jersey because all camp you talk about protect the team. Just wanting to keep guys healthy, but then you finally get an opportunity to play like real football. You're still not taking guys to the ground per se, but it's going to bring another level of all right, let's see who can really make a thud tackle in the flat, or in a hole, strike shed, and really just play more actual football. So it was fun to just get out there and get better.
What did you see from your teammates in that regard? Tackling in the flat, things like that today?
Yeah, it's hard to say, right? And when you're in the heat of it, especially when you're on the field, I definitely don't know. I don't know what it feels like because I'm too busy trying to focus on what I'm doing. But it felt like, we definitely have some things to work on. I think Thursday is going to be a really great opportunity for a lot of young guys who may have not had that opportunity to be in those positions to see what they got in a live action setting. But today was as close as that's going to get, right? So that's why I love joint practices, to really have an opportunity in a game-like setting to work on your craft and really see where your team's at. We got a long ways to go, and I think that's going to be the case all the way leading up to week 1. We're just trying to find how to be our best version of ourselves for when the time matters most.
Have you gotten enough time on the field with Jaden Duggar to form an impression yet early on in camp?
Absolutely. I love Jaden. I've never even called him Jaden, though. That was the first time I ever said his first name. He's just Doug to me. But, he has a skill set that's rare. The fact that he's, a true 6'5", long arms, can run like a deer, is not afraid of contact, right? He can play several different positions on the field. His retention of information, playing with instincts, I think those are all things that can get you, really excited about a player, but he is still a rookie. Right, he makes rookie mistakes just like anybody in that position. But I think as a rookie, it's honestly just about being present, right, and just having the mindset of wanting to really continue to improve and get better every single day. You're not going to be a finished product, and everybody knows that. So, I think, like I said, Thursday's a really good opportunity for him and a lot of young guys to get in a game setting to see how you perform under the lights, right? And that's really what we all get graded on in this league is when you cut that tape on Sundays, or in this case Thursday, what do you look like? So
absorb all the positions he's learning right now as a rookie, and like in meeting rooms, is there something that stands out just about how he handles his business?
I wouldn't say necessarily in the meeting room because he is more of a quiet individual, but you see it just in the way that he plays. It's not too much for him, right? For a rookie to be asked to do a lot of different things, play a lot of different positions, whether it's off the ball, whether it's on the ball, whether it's on the edge, where he's being asked to do a lot of things. And the fact that it's not too much for him, that's how you know that he's got a good feel of the game and being able to retain a lot of information. So I think he's done a great job thus far.
Talk about DBs. What have you liked from that group, particularly today? Would you focus on? Yeah,
I've loved our defensive back group. I don't know if I felt as confident about a back end group in my career as I have right now. And that's not even a knock on any teams that I played on before, but I think just the way that group is kind of meshing together, the way that they're playing sticky in coverage, playing the ball in the air, being able to play in the run game or ball thrown to the flat, the ability to tackle. I think it's one of the best I've seen thus far. I'm really excited about what I'm seeing, and we just got to continue to gel and mesh that thing together to where it's the best version, like I said, for when the time comes.
Raheem has talked a little bit about Brock's ability to layer the ball. I know you make it a point to get your hands on something. You have in this camp. Just as the guy generally that is going to be the one who would be getting layered over, what is the frustration level of a quarterback who is capable of doing that as consistently as he is?
Frustration level, man, you know, me and Brock have our battles every single day, and I love it, honestly. You know, we're getting the best out of each other, you know, where he'll layer a ball over or I get my hand on it, like you said. And that's honestly what camp is about. That's what this whole preseason before getting ready for week 1 is about, because at the end of the day, you know, I'm not going to see a better guy at doing that than Brock Purdy when it comes to going into the season. And I don't know, you know, you have to ask him if he's going to see somebody better at being able to be in those windows. But at the end of the day, it's all just trying to have iron sharpening iron every single day, right? So, you know, I love the competition, and we're going to continue to work at it and develop the best team possible.
Over your hands. I mean, you have to be thinking as it's coming to you, you're going to have it though, right? Like,
yeah, I mean, it's I'm still waiting for that one to just beautifully land in my fingertips, but he makes me work for it. He's one of the best. He's the best in my mind, but you know, that's another discussion for later.
Some drawing today with Cam Ward. It seemed pretty lively at times.
Yeah.
Is that calculated on your part to sort of ratchet up the intensity so that you're having a very intense practice?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's all just in good, fun competition. I think Cam is one of the unique quarterbacks where he's not afraid to sit there and play that game with you. You know, whether that's a positive or negative, I think that's still yet to be seen for their side. We'll see. But for me, you know, I'm always trying to get the quarterback out of his game. And anytime I'm in that mode, that's only going to amplify my game, right? So I love joint practices, though. It's the best.
So Brock, what do you mean by that? Are you saying like either he takes the high road or he gives it back, and that kind of determines his mindset to play this position?
What I mean is he is one of the few quarterbacks who will sit there in the pocket, like, I'm not actually in the pocket, but I'm saying like sit there and actually like get into that verbal back and forth, right? Where a lot of quarterbacks aren't really necessarily wanting to do that because they're so focused on wanting to just obviously just execute the offense. But some guys, they elevate their play too when they get into that. And I think he's probably one of those guys who he does elevate his play when he starts getting into that type of thing. But listen, that talking, at the end of the day, you got to go out there, you got to play football. And it's 11 on 11. It's not just me versus him, right? So there were situations where I wish I could say something to him, but then we're giving up a touchdown or something, right? And it's like it's a team game at the end of the day. You got to go out there, you got to play the game. All that talking is just, it's talk. Me and Brock had plenty of our conversations on the field.
Chris Herrick told us the other day that he thinks the guys really like playing for Raheem Morris, and that he comes in and he builds culture. He's real positive. What's your takeaway? How does Raheem kind of win over the room and kind of earn his stripes with you guys?
I mean, there's not a whole lot of stripes to earn. You look at his pedigree, right? I mean, and what we're trying to do here, we say we're trying to win a championship. He's done that already, right? He's coached some of the best defenses in the NFL. But yeah, at the end of the day, it's really about connecting with the room, right? And I think he has a unique ability to kind of connect with each guy, you know, and really demanding the best out of you. And that's all you can ask for as a player, right? And so we keep trying to detail this thing up to make sure everybody's on the same page. And it's not a finished product by any means. I don't think it'll be a finished product even by week 1, right? It's a whole season thing. It's a full season thing, but you want to make sure that it's obviously humming for when you need it the most.
All right. Thank you, guys.
How has he been going in his second year?
Yeah, I love what I've seen from Nick. I think he continues to get better, which is what you can only ask for from a young guy, right? I mean, he has such a freakish ability in his body to just run through people. So when it's headed in the right direction, it's a scary sight. He just got to continue to keep staying on it, right, and be consistent, because that's the truest measure of performance in this league.